Okay, welcome to everybody. My name is Bill Miller, Athletic Director at the high school and middle school, and welcome to the 2012-13 informational meeting for athletics. As you came in through the doors, there was a few packets to pick up. If you already ran one off the website, fine. Otherwise, there's a packet for high school students. It's about an 8-page packet. For middle school, 4 or 5 pages now. It seems each year they add in something new. This year it's something from the state of Wisconsin in regards to concussions that was added. Anyway, I'm going to use the school website. Hopefully most of you are familiar with the website now. Most information is on there. If you went right to the district website and went to high school, you'd come to this page right here. Kind of explains what the meeting today is all about. After today, you can turn in the forms and fees. There will be a box set up here on the stage. If you've gone through all the information and you have a check to turn in, you can do so at the end of the meeting, and then we'll take care of it from there. As you can see up there, the forms, if you picked up a packet as you came in, the first 4 pages, now I'm going to kind of combine the high school and middle school together here, so hopefully it doesn't get confusing. High school, the first 4 pages of the packet is what will be turned in. Those 4 pages signed and so forth. For middle school, it's the first 3 pages. Everything behind that is for your own information or use. You can read on the concussions, WIAA eligibility, so forth. All right. You'll notice that the fees, $15 participation fee for everybody. That's middle school and high school. If you are in football for high school, volleyball, wrestling, and girls and boys basketball, an additional $10 laundry fee. So you'd make the check for $25 for a high school. All right, the next thing is concussion testing. The next one, I should say, is August 2nd. We had quite a few of them during the May on the Wednesdays. We tried to catch as many as we could. I think we did pretty well on that. So if you have not taken a concussion test, that would be for all freshmen and juniors or first-time participants at the high school level. You'll need to get a concussion test taken. That'll be Thursday, August 2nd here at the high school. You'll need to call the main office at the number listed, talk to Barb, and she'll get you signed up. It's going to be at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock on August 2nd. If that fills up, you can take, I think, 20 at a time. If it fills up, we'll have another one at 2:45. Okay, but if you have not taken the test, you must take the concussion test for high school students. Physical dates, if you have not taken a physical date, you still have, if you go to Aurora Baycare, July 31st and August 2nd. Again, call the number listed for an appointment. It costs $25. Aurora Baycare donates that money back to the athletic department here. And we use that towards the senior banquet later on, and for the concussion testing, the fee that we charge for that. Okay, next I'm going to go through the forms, what you have there in front of you, the packets. Athletic information, right up here. These are, you won't have this one in your packet. It's a little too long to put in the packet. But this is the co-curricular code. We revised it May 14th of this past spring. There's been a few changes to the code. Some of you may have already read through it. This one right here is the WIAA Athletic Eligibility Information Bulletin. This came out last year, first time. It just some information that IAAA has in regards to being eligible to participate in high school athletics. And the third one here, know your concussion ABSs. Well, I guess if you have a concussion in your abdominals, should be ABCs. This first part is for the athletes, information there, and the second part is, go down, right here is our Wisconsin fact sheet for parents. All right, so both students and parents should read this. This is something new that the state of Wisconsin came up with. If you're going to be participating this fall, you'll need to sign this one. And if you're going to be participating in winter, you'll need to do it again. And in spring. All right. Any youth activity that you're going to participate in, you must have this signed. All right. As far as the forms, the one right here, athletic acknowledgement form. This is the cover sheet. Kind of gives you a rundown again of what's all included in the packet. It has the dates on there for physicals, concussion testing, kind of explains what you're signing. All right, and then the student will sign it, print your name first, put your last name, and then first, your grade, and you'll be able to check off that you attended the meeting today, and then the student signature. Next one is the permission form, along with the physical, your alternate year. The top half is your permission form. Everybody should sign that or fill it out. The bottom half is if you need a physical examination. All right, so if you need to take a physical, you'd have your doctor fill out the bottom portion of that form. Third one is the concussion signature form. This is the state law one that just came into effect. Parent and athlete agreement, both sign this. Again, this is the one that every season that you're out for a sport, you'll need to have this one signed. And the last one is the consent for services and treatment. Middle school students, you would not have this form in your packet. This is just the high school, I'm sorry. No, middle school and high school would both have this. All right, this will allow the trainer to treat, as well as when we're on the road, the coaches will take this sheet with them, and if something would occur, they know who to contact right away. Okay, any questions on the forms? Happy.
Bill, I don't think your mic's on.
Jessica's? So I got to go through that all again? Okay, a couple other things, there you go. A couple other things on the website. If you look at the, right here, directions for Bay Conference schools, you'll see the 8 schools listed. Also have the directions to the non-conference components. All right, so if you're wondering where an event is, you can look that up there. Also have the fall reporting dates right here. Right, if you're wondering when practices are beginning, this has the high school and middle school start dates. It also has the coaches directory right here. If you're looking for a coach's number. Okay, and the last thing I've got, I know this was the high school webpage, so that information was there. You also can find, if you're a middle school student or parent, just click on middle school, and there's also the athletics on the left-hand column there, and it'll have the same information. Directions to opponent schools, and the packet to fill out. Okay, last thing I want to show you is the program we have and why the date or calendar is like that. Get that changed 11/12. But if you click on the right here, far right hand side, calendar of events, this will give you what's going on in the school district at all the facilities. For example, today we had cross country practice. That was actually the contact day. Football today. Little league games going on over at the baseball fields. But anyway, what I want to show you here, you can see all the schedules right here for each individual activity. You scroll down in here, and then you just click view to take a look at those. Right here, if you look at notify me, there. And if you're a volleyball parent, let's say, and your daughter is on varsity volleyball, and probably won't happen in the fall, but let's say we get snowed out or rained out, this would be more likely in the spring, but if there's a cancellation for some reason in varsity volleyball, and you want to be notified of any changes in their schedule, you can click on there, continue. You can add, these are the other things that are going on if you'd like to be notified on those. Oh, okay. Send reminders before each activity. If you want a reminder on your cell phone or on an email, and if there's a change in the schedule, you can be notified in these right here, either an hour before, 2 hours before, and so forth. So say 1 hour before, or you want a reminder of a game. I'm sorry. That part is if there's a game is scheduled. You can be notified 1 hour before the game starts. Okay? If you're not sure of forgetful, you're not sure when they're playing. But also right here is notify me with schedule changes. If I get a call and the game gets changed, I'll go on the computer right away, make a change in the schedule, that the game is canceled or postponed or whatnot. So if you click on that one right here, then as soon as I make the change on the schedule, you'll be notified as well. Okay, and all you need to do is fill in the information that's listed right here. Put your name in, email address if you want it on your email. If you want your cell phone notified, a text message, you fill in this area. Okay. Any questions on the notify me segment? Okay, this time I'm going to turn it over to Nick Olson from Aurora Baycare Sports Medicine, and he's going to talk a little bit about the Athletic Republic and concussions.
Thanks, Bill. I'm going to start out real quick. I thought this was the best way to kind of show Athletic Republic and the program that we offer and that's available to you as athletes. This quick video.
Athletic Republic is about athletes. The best sports performance enhancement training program there is in the world. You have to have
an exceptional passion to help athletes get better, to improve their lives.
It's about building a faster, stronger, more agile, and most importantly, a more confident athlete. Athletic Republic can provide them a training center that is essentially something that other places don't focus on.
We've got an optimal learning environment that we are able to create with the treadmill. We have the Dartfish camera on live delay.
You can break down their stride frame by frame. They have time to sit down and actually absorb what you're saying.
Incline training through either the running treadmill or the hockey treadmill does wonders for an athlete.
The Nike Vapor Strobes are a paradigm shift in moving training forward. It helps the athlete focus on controlling their center mass and really improving their balance.
It's about results.
We train athletes to get faster. I can be working with you in hockey, it's going to make you a better baseball player. It's going to make you a better football player. We really look at the athlete more than we do just the individual sports player.
No matter what, we train athleticism.
But along with that, we can get very specific to their sport, and that's the beauty behind Athletic Republic training.
It's a big family. There's 160 facilities worldwide. We have the resources, we have the science, we have a corporation that's working hard every day to make these programs better.
Just the simplicity of the genius of this training.
My job is the most fun, most rewarding job in the world.
It's a great program, and everyone who goes through it gets better. 20 years of success isn't an accident.
So this video can explain the program that we offer at Aurora Baker Sports Medicine better than I can. So that's why I really wanted to show you that video. But Athletic Republic, like the video said, it's a performance enhancement training program. It's going to make you a better athlete. It's going to make you a better soccer player, volleyball player, football player, whatever sport you play. Any sport, all sports, we train athletes to be better athletes. So as a Denmark school athlete, we offer a 15% discount for any of you who want to come train with us. And the time to do this training is during your preseason. So the 10 to 12 weeks before the first day of practice. This is when you want to get in and you want to get ready for your season. We're going to train you. We're going to get you to a level, kind of start peaking as you get into that first day of practice. We're going to make you a better athlete, like I said, but a big component is we're going to help prevent injuries. That's a big thing about our program is we train athletes properly. We train athletes based on how your body functions and how it's supposed to function as a human being. So we're going to put you in a situation to succeed not only athletically, but in a position to reduce that risk of catastrophic injury. So we really take that to heart. We focus on, like I said, how the body functions, and I see a lot of kids in this room today that have been training or currently are training, and we really pride ourselves in that, in making you a better athlete and preventing those injuries. I'm going to introduce your trainer in a minute, but if you can avoid seeing her, that's good for everybody, I think. So really take advantage of this opportunity. You do have a pretty nice deal that you can do to train with us. It's pretty inexpensive. Go to athleticrepublic.com. You can get more information on the program. But like I said, it's sport-specific training. We're going to work to make you a better athlete. So please take advantage of that and call us, talk to Kate if you have any questions on the program. Should be a good resource for you here at the high school. But I'm going to be real quick. I'm going to introduce Kate in a minute, but just want to give a brief background and let you know what you can expect from Aurora Baker Sports Medicine as your sports medicine provider for the school district. We have Kate, who's going to be your trainer starting this week, and she's going to be here 5 days a week for all events, all practices. She's going to be here to assess, treat injuries, help athletes return back to play. She's going to be a valuable resource as an athletic trainer to hopefully help prevent injuries, but if you do sustain an injury, get you back on the field as quickly and safely as possible. Kate's going to come up and talk briefly about concussions. She's going to be your concussion resource as well. If you would sustain a concussion during the course of a season, she's going to be your resource for that, kind of getting you back to school, everyday activities, back to play as quickly, as safely as possible. And then, at Aurora Baker Sports Medicine, we want to offer the highest quality of medical care possible. So we feel confident that our support staff and Kate out here at the school will provide that for all of you athletes, and hopefully give you as parents and as peace of mind that your kids are taken care of from that perspective. So I want to introduce Kate. Kate is going to, like I said, be your trainer, and she's going to go through how we're going to manage concussions with what Bill kind of hit on with this new concussion law. So thank you for the couple of minutes, and like I said, take advantage of this great program. I think it's an invaluable resource that will make you better athletes.
Thanks, Nick. Hi, I'm Kate. I'll be the new athletic trainer here at Denmark High School. Unlike Nick said, I hope I see all of you in the athletic training room. Not because you're injured, but because I can help you prevent injuries. So come see me if you have any concerns, if you want to know how you can strengthen, how you can prevent your ACL tear, how you can maintain hydration during 2 days. I would love to talk to any of you and help you out any way I can. Tonight, I'm going to just briefly go through this little concussion presentation. As part of the new Wisconsin state law, all athletes and parents have to be educated on concussions prior to any activity. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. So pretty much what I just said, we're just going to go over what is a concussion, how to recognize a concussion. We're going to go briefly over the bill that was passed in 2011, over the WIA guidelines, and then how I'm going to help you return to school and then eventually return to play if you do suffer a concussion. So, what is a concussion? A concussion is a mild traumatic brain injury. It interferes with your normal function of your brain, so how you're functioning every day, it interferes with that. It's super complicated. There's no universally accepted definition. It messes with the chemicals in your brain. That's pretty much as in-depth as we need to go. Like it says there, it's complex. A mild traumatic brain injury, you may hear that term thrown around. It's synonymous with concussion. They're one and the same. Don't let the multiple word thing scare you. It's the same thing. It's a concussion. So these are some myths about concussions that I hear all the time. I didn't lose consciousness. I didn't black out. It means I don't have a concussion. I got my bell rung. No, I have a concussion. Once you feel fine, you can return to play. Just because you're asymptomatic doesn't mean your brain is healed. There's a process we need to go through to make sure that we return you to play safely. If I tell the athletic trainer they'll sit me out for a week, I love this one. Not true necessarily. I'm not going to say if you have a concussion, you come tell me you're for sure going to get back in less than a week, because I can't promise that. Everyone heals differently. Some people will heal 48 to 72 hours, they're good to go. Some people, it'll be weeks. It just all depends on how you heal. So some facts about concussions. Individuals with a history of a concussion are at an increased risk for sustaining a subsequent concussion. So if you've had concussions in the past, you're more likely to get concussions in the future. So it's really important for me as your athletic trainer to know your concussion history. If you have a history of concussions, I really need to know about it. Not because I want to hold you out, not because I want to interfere with your play. It's really important for me when I come on the field to assess your injury to know if you have a history of concussions. Like I said, the duration of symptoms can be highly variable. One person, 48 to 72 hours later, can be 100% good to go. Another person can have a headache for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. So it just is very individualized. For children and adolescents, oftentimes recovery time is lengthened, and up to 90% of concussions do not involve a loss of consciousness. So it's such a myth. You don't have to black out to have a concussion. You don't even have to hit your head on the ground to have a concussion. You don't have to hit your head with anything. If your body hits the ground and you're moving with enough force and your brain hits the front of your skull, you can get a concussion. Your head never has to hit the ground. So these are just some signs and symptoms. There's many, many more you can get on the sheet that the state of Wisconsin provided you. Also on the table was this sheet from Aurora Baycare Sports Medicine. This has some of the signs and symptoms as well. These are some of the most common. Worsening headache is the #1 symptom, but you don't necessarily have to have a headache in order to have a concussion. That's another myth. Feeling drowsy, not recognizing people or places, vomiting. Behaving unusually. This is one that a lot of people don't understand. And it's why it's really important for me to get to know every single athlete, because just a change in personality can be a sign of a concussion. Having seizures, obviously. Any weakness or numbness in the extremities, arms or legs. Being unsteady on your feet. This is why we test coordination. If I have you stand on one foot and close your eyes, it's not because I want you to look funny. It's because I'm testing your coordination. And being unsteady on your feet or not having good balance is a sign of a concussion. Slurred speech, and then obviously loss of consciousness as well. Second impact syndrome is one of the scariest things when dealing with concussions. This occurs when an athlete returns to play too early after suffering an initial concussion. What happens if you return too early? You get hit again, and second impact syndrome occurs. It's basically a chain of events that I can't stop as much as I'd love to. Once this is put into effect, there's nothing I can do but call 911 and pray for you. Your brain's going to start to swell, and the Zach's law. Zach was this kid in Washington State. He's playing football. I think he was about 13 years old. He fell, got his bell rung, didn't black out, was kind of had a headache. He gets taken out for 3 plays. Dad's the coach, puts him back in after 3 plays. He's fine, right? Gets hit again the first play in, and it took him 3 years to stand on his own. So second impact syndrome can kill you or can have devastating effects. So concussions aren't something to take lightly. So in 2011, like I mentioned, Wisconsin passed a state law, and we're just going to go over that a little bit. This law requires education for all athletes, parents, and coaches, which is why we're doing this. It requires removal and return to play provisions for young athletes. So if I suspect you have a concussion, you're done for the day. I'm good at my job, I promise. I'm not gonna pull you out if I don't think you have a concussion. And also it defines or lays out that licensed healthcare providers can make return to play decisions. So I'm a licensed healthcare provider, I'm a licensed athletic trainer, so I can make return to play decisions if I feel that you need to get referred to a neural physician, then we'll go that route. But I, according to this law, can make return to play decisions. So youth athletic activity is defined by this law as an organized athletic activity in which the participants, a majority of whom are under 19 years of age, are engaged in an athletic game or competition against another team, club, or entity. Or an organized athletic activity in practice or preparation for one of the above-mentioned activities. So this bill requires that at the beginning of each season, each person has to fill out and sign that sheet that Bill talked about before. That's why he said it's before each season. So if you play a fall, winter, and spring sport, you have to sign it 3 different times. It's not before each year, it's before each season. And you are not allowed to participate unless that form is signed. So if you, unfortunately, suffer a concussion, this is sort of the process we're going to go through. While you are symptomatic, if, let's say, you get a concussion on a Wednesday, and you wake up on Thursday and you still have a headache, you're still symptomatic, you should not go to school the next day. But that doesn't mean you sit home and you text and you watch TV. You want to stay away from all electronics, you want to stay away from driving, you want to, eat well, drink a lot of water, rest in bed. You really need to allow your brain to heal. So you'll get written instructions for your homework. You need to stay in contact with me, let me know what your symptoms are. Obviously avoid the loud classrooms, minimize computer exposure. There's a whole policy that we, as the sports medicine provider for you guys, that we have laid out that we'll go through. So the accommodations are temporary. So if after you stay home one day, the next day we're going to try a half day. And the next day we're going to try a full day. But we're going to have limited test taking, limited note writing, things of that nature. Returning to play, which is what you're all really concerned about, there's a policy that we have laid out. Initially, if you have any signs or symptoms of a concussion, you'll be removed from the contest. You will not be allowed to return to play that day. we'll do a thorough medical evaluation following the injury. Obviously rule out anything more serious, and the neurocognitive testing is what they were talking about before. The concussion testing is called impact testing, and I'll go through this a little bit later, but this is why it's really important that we get your baseline before you start, because if you do suffer a concussion, it gives us an objective measure to compare that to. So like I said, returning to play will follow a supervised gradual process that we have laid out. It requires that you stay asymptomatic for 24 hours in between each step. If symptoms reoccur, you go back. So this is sort of just the steps laid out. You're gonna rest, then you're asymptomatic for 24 hours, then we're gonna bike for 10 minutes. You're still asymptomatic for 24 hours, then we're gonna do some sports-specific training. If you're a basketball player, we're gonna go in the gym, we're gonna maybe do some layups, do some side shuffles, do whatever. Then you're still asymptomatic for 24 hours. Then we're gonna go to non-contact. Obviously this is more for contact sports, soccer, football, etc. But even basketball, anything like that, non-contact. You're still asymptomatic for 24 hours. Then we're gonna move into full contact and eventually full competition. This is all assuming you remain asymptomatic. So what you should have gotten from this is basically just that education, communication, and prevention are key to managing concussions. If you don't communicate with me and you aren't honest with me about your symptoms, it's really hard for me to help you. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help everyone. I'm here to keep you safe and keep you on the field. So if you're not honest with me, it makes it really hard for me to do my job. Even mild concussions can have significant long-lasting cognitive and anyway, so like I said about Zach's story, obviously they can have long-lasting impairments. We don't want that to happen. Second impact syndrome is extremely serious, so we want to avoid that at all costs. Concussions may have cumulative effects. That's leading to the second impact syndrome, especially if you return to play too early. But also they're finding with a lot of retired NFL players that repeated concussions, even though we aren't getting to the second impact level, repeated concussions can have long-lasting effects. And recovery time is greater for younger athletes. So here's where we get to the impact testing. Bill already mentioned this. Freshmen, juniors, transfer students, or exchange students, or anyone that's going out for a sport for the first time, you need to get tested. Impact baseline testing is a neurocognitive test. It's used to objectively evaluate concussed athletes. It gives me a number, pretty much. It's going to test your attention span, your memory, your response time, and your problem solving. It's on the computer. It takes about 30 to 45 minutes to complete. But it doesn't tell me if you have a concussion or not. It's basically just one objective measure that I can use to help determine where you're at. Because I can't see your brain, I can't see your injury, I can't stress the ligament to know if it's damaged or not. So this gives us an objective measure to compare you to, and the numbers will have to be, you'll have to get back to where you were baseline before I'm gonna clear you to return to play. So, like Bill already said, August 2nd, 2 o'clock, you can call the office and make an appointment. And I guess
Thank you, Kate. All right, we'll wrap things up here. If you picked up the agenda as you came in, notice at the bottom of the sheet is the, besides the $15 participation fee, laundry fee, so forth for football, volleyball, basketball, wrestling, is the athletic passes. The athletic passes are good for all of the home events here at Denmark. So if you're looking for a family pass, it'd be $80. An adult pass is $40. High school students $30. Adult per game is $4, and student per game is $3. Those can be purchased at registration, and I believe those are August 22nd, 23rd, somewhere around there, towards the end of August. So at registration, you can purchase passes here at the high school as well as at the middle school. If you do the student passes, they'll put it right on the student ID as well. Okay, so then middle school student, you pay for it right then and there. They'll put the stamp on your card. Right? Oh, Okay, yeah, they'll put the sticker on at registration. Okay, so that's an option. Just to recap then with the forms. High school students, 4 sheets. Should be filled out. Some of you may have already taken care of things with the physicals beforehand. If you took it off the website, great. If you have the 4 sheets signed, you have the participation fees with it. You can turn it into the one of the boxes up in front. Middle school students, there's 3 forms, the top 3 sheets on the packet. You can turn those in with the fee. All right. Do not turn in anything if you don't have everything today. All right. If you don't have the $15 fee, do not turn anything else in. It's not going to get you any closer to getting on the practice field if you turn in partial. Okay. It's got to be all or nothing. All right. You cannot allow anybody on the practice field without everything turned in, all forms and fees. Is there any questions at this time? Coaches, fall coaches, Coach Hayes, Coach Johnson, anybody need to meet with anybody? Coaches? Coach Johnson would like to meet with parents and athletes? Parents and athletes for cross country up on top. Coach Hayes, did you need to meet with anybody?
Not yet.
Okay. Coach Denny? No. Okay. Football coaches will meet though with get your handbooks. Okay. No other questions? That concludes the meeting. Thank you.